This TikTok is truly hilarious to me because we all know how Commanders owner and full-blown Trump supporter Dan Snyder loves to squeeze every penny, which includes barely keeping his home stadium in good shape. And good is probably the understatement of the century here. TikToker Lacey Jane Brown gives the do's and don'ts at Snyder's home football stadium, FedEx Field.
That's sewage. That's how we celebrate this game. They don't do that down in the Carolinas.
Who could forget this incident from September 2021 when fans alleged sewage water fell on them? The team denied what the fans said it was, which is the least bit surprising, but there's more. September of 2022, this fan took this video of urinals leaking in the bathroom. The question many ask all the time, why does the team just simply not care? Who could forget when Jalen Hurts was walking towards the tunnel after an Eagles W back in January and the railing collapsed, forcing fans to the ground? I mean, look at it from this angle. The railing just completely broke off. The team would be sued over it. Even the club level seats are in poor condition. The leather is gone. This is not some folding chair you bring to your 10-year-old soccer game. This is an NFL stadium. More leaky pipes, as shown by Michael Phillips right here. E.J. Smith of the Philly Inquirer wrote, "There's a fan here who has a towel over his head to protect him from the support beam that has been leaking water for the last few hours. Completely unacceptable. 5 points vid. Let us know how awful the turf is at FedEx Field," noting Joe Burrow, Robert Griffin III, Adrian Peterson, Chase Young, Alex Smith, and Ryan Fitzpatrick all suffered injuries in the same vicinity. In August of 2022, FedEx Field was named the worst stadium in the entire league. Now here's the thing. Public transportation is scarce in that area where the stadium is located. Hopping on the train, you gotta go roughly a mile walking to get there. So on top of this, Snyder, knowing everything that I just disclosed, the parking fees were outrageous. And it's very simple. It's because Dan Snyder does not give a damn about anyone or anything besides himself and how much he can profit off of anything under the sun. And I'll prove it. He resold expired beer from previous World Cups at his stadium, which prompted journalist Dan Snyder of The Post to do some digging, which was later confirmed. During the 06 season, vendors offered shelled nuts in royal blue and white 5-ounce bags, adorned with the Independence Air logo. The problem was that airline had gone under a year prior. The supplier told Washington City Paper it stopped shipping the airline's nuts before the airline went out of business. A spokesman for the Peanut Council told City Paper that to prevent rancidity, the recommended shelf life of a foil bag of out-of-shell peanuts was about 3 months. This means Snyder sold expired peanuts for profit. After the September 11th attack, Snyder concocted this gem of a plan in 2005. For $23.99 plus shipping, Snyder would sell you a Washington baseball cap with a red, white, and blue Pentagon stitch on the side to tug the heartstrings and stir more nationalism at a time when the country was already crippled by an oversupply. The hats were a great way, according to the radio ads that ran on sports stations owned by Dan Snyder. Yes, he owns sports stations, to commemorate September 11th. Aside from charging a $3.99 security fee, the proceeds weren't earmarked for any charity or cause, unless you consider the owner's wallet a charity or cause. Insider wrote of Snyder's genius business practices. The owner claims there are 200,000 people on a Washington season ticket waiting list, yet he sued lifelong ticket holders who can no longer make payments on their 10-year, $50,000 seat contract. In 2000, Snyder nickel and dimed fans in yet another way. Washington became the first team in NFL history to charge admission to its preseason practices. Fans over 12 doled out a $10 admission fee. Unbelievable. This is a man who gloated that he profited off of dialysis patients and cancer patients in a roundtable discussion with Mark Cuban that aired on PBS. Insider wrote his business, Snyder Comms, was fined $3.1 million by the state of Florida for illegally switching customers' telephone services without permission. You want more examples of how billionaires should not exist and how they take advantage of everybody and everything? Look at Dan Snyder.